Hello and welcome to the Aroma Village. Here at the Aroma Village, we are all about helping our Taiwanese friends thrive in life transitions as they smell, become, and spread the aroma of Christ. The Aroma Village is really about a place where people come together, like you would in any village, a place where people come together and they build relationships of mutual trust towards a common goal. They support each other. In a village, you develop skills, you're connected in relationships, and ultimately, we believe that the most important part of the village is that people would come to know Jesus. But you see, there's a problem. More than 1 million people, young people in our city, lack hope. They don't have the help and support, and they're unhealthy in many ways, mental, social, financial. There's a lot of difficulty that people in Taipei in particular face. They're struggling as they attempt to find purpose and live their lives. In particular, right now in this time in society, Taiwan is attempting to become a bilingual country. And we believe that we can be part of the answer. We believe that Aroma Village, and specifically the Aroma Bazaar, where we're involved in education and food and beverage, as well as the Aroma community where we have our church, as well as hosting teams and interns. We believe that this village is a key part for so many people in the city of Taipei, the nation of Taiwan, and really the world, to get connected into a place where they get the skills and the relationships they need, ultimately connected back to the heart of the Father's love. That's why we exist. And in particular, I want to share with you a little bit more about what we're up to in the bazaar and the community as we move ahead. First, to get things started, we do have a need right now. We have a funding need of $200,000 that we're trying to raise by the end of our fiscal year 2023. This is due in part mainly to 3 different things. The first one is making up for funds that we lost during the last 2.5 years of not hosting any teams at our site because of COVID. We had operations expenses that continued, but we weren't able to bring in the revenues that were necessary to sustain that. So we're making up for that shortfall. We're also raising support for my wife, Jamie, and I in particular, our personal support and ministry that we're involved in. And then finally, and the biggest portion of what we're trying to raise funds for is this bazaar that we're launching. It's really 3 different businesses in one, and I want to share those with you. But first, I want to celebrate that already in the first 3 or 4 months of this fiscal year, we've raised more than $52,000. And actually, that doesn't include all of the pledges that have already come in. I'm just talking about actual donations that have been given. So there's a lot of support behind what we're already doing, and yet we know that there's so much more that can be done. Let me share quickly about Aroma Bazaar. It's 3 different startups coming together into one. It's kind of like an incubator where these different business ideas have come together, and under the leadership and management of our operations director, I'll introduce you to him in a minute, but under this leadership and direction and working together, we collaborate, we pool our resources, and we all have the same goal of helping people smell, become, and spread the aroma of Christ. You've got Idea Academy, where young students, middle schoolers and high schoolers, and even as young as elementary students are being given access to an alternative style of education. We hope to launch a full-on self-study co-op by fall 2023, and we're beginning now with individualized classes. Already in the first 3 months of operations of our bazaar, we've doubled our student enrollment, and we are approaching that break-even point. Our goal is to be able to break even within 3 years is the original projection, but actually we've heightened and pushed ourselves to try to attain this goal within 2 years. So our goal is that by the summer of 2024, our business operations will be breaking even and profitable, while also continuing to spread the gospel in Taiwan and beyond. So Idea Academy is geared towards younger kids. In the cafe, we have this desire to be a community space where people come in and they smell the aroma through these beverages, through different events and activities that utilize the space well. And we're already seeing that. One example is we hosted a music night last month. We brought in over 65 people that participated, and people from all different walks of life were able to come and share the music together. We had a number of wonderful performers, and it was a wonderful, exciting night together that was also profitable financially. Some people from this night came and checked out other events we have going on. They got involved, checked out church the following day, and are interested in hosting their own events in the future. We see a lot of potential in our cafe. And thirdly, the Education Depot. This one is near to my heart as well because it gets back to the original vision that we had of helping people smell, become, and spread the aroma of Christ. But in particular, these 20 to 40-year-olds that are lacking hope as they get out into their career, as they find a life partner or start a family. There is a great need in these seasons of transition that we believe by offering them an alternative to the life path that they're going on now, by helping develop the whole person in a variety of different capacities, socially, emotionally, financially, in career development, holistic spiritual development that allows them to see all the opportunities that are in front of them. We get to come alongside as a guide and help these young people make the transition. It's so important to us that the bazaar is a place where people come together and engage in a number of different areas so that they have the tools they need. They have access to relationships that can help support them, a community that's coming around them, and ultimately connected into God's love. Which gets me to my next big point, the Aroma community. In our community, we have our church, all these different ministries coming together to help people be discipled, a 7-step relationship-driven discipleship process that helps each person in our community come from just hearing about Jesus, smelling the aroma, all the way through to being able to spread the aroma to people around them as well. We've also got teams and interns that we host here throughout the year. We haven't for the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years. In fact, it's kind of funny for me, but actually our last team in January 2020 is coming back and will likely be our first team in 2023. We're excited to host these teams because we see the steps in faith that they make when they're here and the impact that they make while they're here during their trips, whether it's 2 weeks or up to 2 years. So the Aroma community is the place where people that get connected into the bazaar can develop and strengthen their faith. These values for us are based on deeper life and engagement with Christ and a development of your own personal discipleship relationship with Him and the community, as well as the call to mission. We're personally developed for a higher purpose that God has called us to, and our heart is to see each person live out that mission in their own lives. I have tons of stories of life transformation that I could tell you about, but I want to briefly talk about 3. First is my friend Leon, who heard about us on a short-term trip that we were on in another part of the island of Taiwan. And then we got connected on social media on Instagram. He decided to do an internship with us. And as he graduated from seminary, now he is jumping in as a full-time staff member with us, growing in his faith. I chose this as a smell because I think it's so interesting that someone got connected through something as simple as a video that I posted on Instagram. And he was somehow attracted to want to participate in the ministry happening here. We see God's work in Leon's life as he has grown in his faith. And I'm excited to see him now go out and spread the aroma. Secondly is my friend Andrew. And before he even became a Christian, he was helping with a short-term team. He's helping to translate with them. And then he got a job in our cafe, working part-time. That's where he grew in his faith. And he decided to get baptized, even though his family was originally against it. He took the bold step of faith to become the aroma of Christ. Now he's taking online classes at a seminary and working full-time with us in the church here. I really, really appreciate Andrew's story because he's the first Christian in his family. He's taking bold steps to follow the life of Christ regardless of what it costs him. And we are seeing many other people come to faith because of the work that God's done in and through Andrew. Finally, my friend Angela. Angela came to get a job in the cafe to practice her English and develop her skills. She got saved, dedicated her life to Christ, got baptized with us, did some overseas missional training, and then came back just in time to take over management of our cafe. She desires that every person who comes through the doors of the cafe has an encounter with the aroma of Christ. She is spreading the aroma. Like I said, there are many other stories that I could share of Mia and Bradley, of Stephen, Wade. There are so many people that I could share stories with you about the life transformation that's happening. But these are just three that I want to share for now. To take it a step further, to talk specifically our educational philosophy, we've got our gospel connection. For me, that's the root and the foundation of it, to disciple them, to see how our faith is integrated into every part of our life. We've got many curriculum opportunities for people ranging from filmmaking to entrepreneurship, and build a number of different courses that people can take as they go about navigating life, moving towards this destination. You might think of it as a treasure map. The goal is to help them to really understand and to engage deeply in a life of purpose. We've got amazing local Taiwanese and also foreign staff. We've got tons of experience on staff, and yet we're bringing in many new ideas. One of the people that we hired on our staff is very new to his position, and yet giving him a chance has given us the opportunity to see a totally new perspective, and to work with him in a fresh, exciting way for me. Finally, I want to mention our space. The location that we're in now is so exciting to me. It's right in the middle of a place where people go to get education and to get engaged. But we've renovated this space in a way that we can have meetings as small as one-on-ones and as large as 100 or more people in one room at a time, to facilitate all different kinds of educational experiences. We're right in the middle of Taipei, about a 3-minute walk from Taipei main station. And I'm just generally very excited about this space that we have with meeting all the needs that we have for the future. But what's the big goal? Why are we investing so much in education? It's because we want to help people smell, become, and spread the aroma of Christ. We want people to make this transition in life from no faith to fully integrated faith. We want them to see how the aroma of Christ, the gospel, in their lives is fully transformational for every part of their life and for every person around them. We want to reach 100,000 people and give them access to the gospel. We want to train and equip 10,000 as they become the aroma, and then we want to launch people out to go and spread the aroma. I am full of stories of people from Taiwan that are heading out around the world already. There are countries I'm not even allowed to say in online videos where Taiwanese are being sent to, received well, and able to share the gospel. And I get excited about how we can be part of this together. This is the team of people. There are many more than this, but these are a few that I wanted to highlight to you. I'm the lead pastor of the church and kind of a CEO position for our bazaar. And then James comes in with tons of education and business experience. He's also a mentoring pastor in the church for us, but he's the operations manager for us right now. We've got Andrew working on developing our community, growing us together as a community in the church. And Greg has 26 years of teaching experience in the Los Angeles School District and moved to Taiwan recently to work on this project in particular. Emily is a young and exciting and engaging teacher for us here on the ground. Angela's directing the cafe. Bradley is a marketing specialist for us with tons of creative ideas and challenging me to think deeply about how we move forward. And then finally, Leon is in charge of outreach. He's an outreach specialist for us, getting out there. Everything that you can imagine, from going out and praying for people on the street to helping homeless people, everything in between. This guy is just passionate about outreach. And this is part of the team of the Aroma Village. And there are many more people that give tirelessly every day to make sure that we accomplish these end goals. But what we really need is you. We need your partnership. Your gift helps us make the transition. We believe that if you're seeing this video, it's because God has uniquely positioned you to partner with us financially. I shared with you earlier about how we've already got more than 25% of our goal for this year raised in cash on hand, but we know that we have more work to do. We need to engage more and to get more people on the team with us. I love When David remarks in the Old Testament, there's a group of people that are going to go and fight the battle and some that stay back to protect what they already have. And he says, those that go and those that stay deserve an equal share in the portion. You see, the stories that we share here at Aroma of Bradley, of Leon, Andrew, Angela, Stephen, others, these stories are your stories too. Because of your engagement with us, your partnership in the gospel, we are able to do this, able to continue. And what you're really doing is you are sharing in what's happening in this next generation of spiritual revival. And you are passing on an influence that will last for generations to come. I truly believe that Taiwan is in a unique situation right now where they're beginning to rise up, and we are seeing continued revival in this country. It was here well before Aroma, but it's going to last well beyond Aroma, and we get to play a small part in it now. But I want you to join us in this so that the stories that Aroma sees happen are your stories as well. Your partnership in the gospel, your gift makes a difference. We're looking for partnership gifts that some of them might be ongoing gifts monthly, $50, $100, $150. But there are also some people I believe that God has called in this season to give $10,000, $25,000, and even $50,000 in one-time gifts that can help us to continue to sustain the operations of what we're doing and move us into this next big category of breakthrough. I've got stories upon stories upon stories of what God is already doing. We're building towards breakthrough, and these stories are becoming your stories as we see people make the transition from hopelessness to hope, that they get to know hope himself, and their whole lives will never be the same. Thank you for being the aroma of Christ and partnering with us in the gospel. God bless you.